When day breaks and eyes open, mouths follow suit, and minds go to work for good and for evil. You're welcome viewers, to our next episode. We're going to page 13 of PMP of November 3 to 5 2003. Remember we skipped page 11. Yes, and then we went to page 12, and now we are going to 13. And it is Religious Corner. Let's see. There are 23 lessons in all, and certificates would only be awarded to those who answer and excel in all 23 lessons. Studies in the Bible, lesson 2. Where my finger is. Studies in the Bible, lesson 2. In what state did man live in the beginning? The answers are beside them, and so I should not reserve them. The answer is perfect state. Then, 2. Yeah, there are questions well numbered from 1 to 21. Yes. 2. Why was man driven out of paradise? Why was man driven out of paradise? The answer is disobedience. And it continues to today. Okay. Number 3. Why did God destroy the world? Sorry, how? Sorry, number 3. How did God destroy the world? The answer is by flood. Question 4. What family was spared? Cheap for most of us, but for some, it's not cheap. Some don't know yet. The answer is Noah and family. There is an attached question following, and that is why? And the answer being because they were righteous. Number 5, question 5. God chose what man through whom to raise up a mighty nation? God chose what man through whom to raise up a mighty nation? Abraham. That's the answer. Question 6. What group of people found themselves in bondage in Egypt? The answer being Israelites. You see, what is in the Bible is precisely what is in the Quran. So a good Muslim will answer these questions well. A good Christian will equally answer them well. So let me repeat number 6. What group of people found themselves in bondage in Egypt? The answer being Israelites. Question 7. Name the man God raised up to lead them out. The answer, Moses. Question 8. On what mountain did God reveal the law? And the answer is Sinai, Mount Sinai. In Arabic, Tur Sinin. Tur Sinin, Mount Sinai. Question 9. Name the 10 commandments. And they are here named. 1. Do not have other gods beside thee. And in the Quran, that's what God hates most. Partnership. Partnering other deities with him. Partnering or to partner other deities with him. And that's the first one here. And here, this thing is written by Christians, by a Christian. Do not have other gods besides me. 2. Do not make graven images, bow down, or serve them. We never tolerate images in the mosque or any place of worship where Muslims are. Hmm? Okay. Question 3. Do not take the name of the Lord in vain. Hmm? In the Quran, is there many times. Do not make jests of God's word. They're the same thing. Do not make jests of God's words in the Quran. Hmm? Question 4. Keep the Sabbath. Yes, it's also there in the Quran. Honor your father and mother. Precisely in the Quran. 6. Do not kill. Thou shalt not kill. Yes, it's there in the Quran. Do not take life. When Abraham was trying to slaughter his son, God didn't allow it. He brought an animal for him rather. Mhm. Muslims say it was Ishmael. Christians say it was Ishaq, Isaac. But whatever be the case, God didn't allow him to slaughter a man. Do not kill. Then 7. Do not commit adultery. It's there in the Bible and in the Quran. A man committing adultery is so sweet. Hmm? It's so sweet for us. Look at somebody's wife going and then you find means and ways to sleep with her. And you feel very nice in the head. When the husband is free, you say, oh, I chop some. Huh? Very sweet, but evil indeed. Hmm? Uh, yeah, do not commit adultery. Then 8. Do not steal. Uh, in the Quran, it's not only stealing. Uh, anything evil. What word do I use? Anything that is unseemly, you don't do it. 10 or 9. Do not bear false witness. Evil indeed. Also in the Quran. Do not convent. Yes, it's also in the Quran. So these are the 10 commandments given as the answer to these questions by, have I forgotten the name? I've forgotten the name. Okay, I've forgotten the name for now. Uh, Now we go to, that was question 9. Now we go to question 10. Were there any other laws? That's apart from the 10 commandments. Of course, yes. The answer is yes. Question 11. To what group of people was it given? The Israelis. The Israelis. Pardon me. Pardon me. To what group of people was it given? Israelis or Israelites? Question 12. In what ways could a Gentile keep the law? The answer is becoming a proselyte. Proselyte spelled Proselite. In what ways could a Gentile keep the law? In what ways? The answer being becoming a proselyte. Uh, question 13. Why was it given? Because of transgression. Because of transgression. And it's precisely in the Quran. God has made his laws and he knows he has set limits. He knows whatever be the case, People will break his laws, but do not break it beyond a certain limit. Pharaoh did, and he punished him. He was patient with him for centuries, if I'm not mistaken, or decades. Let me say decades. Decades. He transgressed. And when he was sending Moses there, he told him, he is sending you to Moses because he has transgressed. Innahu taga, he transgressed. So, uh, why was it given? Because of transgression. Number 14, how long was the law to last until the promised seed becomes? Sorry, until the promised seed comes. Let me repeat that. For question 14, how long was the law to last? And the answer is until the promised seed comes. Seed, S-E-E-D. Until the promised seed comes. Question 15, who blotted out the law? The answer is Jesus Christ. Well, Muslims might differ. People who have read the Quran might differ because God's laws do not change. But that's all. Let's stay together in peace, please. Number 17. How many of the 10 commandments are incorporated in the new law? 9. The answer is 9. Uh, Question 18. Can one keep two opposing laws at the same time? The answer is no. Question 19. Why should one want to return to the law of Moses? Ignorance. That's the answer. Ignorance. Here again, the law of Moses doesn't change. It's God's law. God actually spoke to him across a veil. And if God speaks to somebody, giving him laws, why does it change? I don't know. I hope some viewers will side with me at least. Uh, why should one want to return to the law of Moses? Ignorance, I've done that. Question 20. Grace and truth come through whom? Grace and truth, not come, but came, I'm sorry. Grace and truth came through whom? Jesus Christ. Here again, those who have read the Quran will differ. Grace was there long time before the coming of Jesus, and also truth. Truth had always been there. David was truthful. Moses was truthful to God. And they came before Jesus. So grace and truth came through whom? The answer on the Christian side here is Jesus Christ. While we honor him, he was not the one who brought truth and grace to the world. It was there before he came. Uh, I know I would just laugh over this with my Christian friends. That's all. We differ and we laugh together. We do things together amicably, peacefully. Okay, 21. What law is binding now? The law of Christ. Here again, those who believe in the Quran will differ. Jesus Christ's law is not different from the laws in the Quran. If you follow well. And even the laws he brought, where are they? He didn't, the book that was written during his time is no more there. It's not there. He came and went before people sat down and wrote books. The earliest being about 20 years by Matthew or so. Then Mark came, then John came and whatnot. So some latest, the longest was about 32 years after Jesus Christ. Pardon me if I'm making mistakes. Yes, about 32 years. And they made the laws. He didn't actually make laws. If he made laws, they were not known. Anyway, we go to the another section, and that is answers to Bible quiz number 040. These are studies in the Bible, and the answers are given alongside with the questions, alongside the questions. But here, let's see, I don't know if they're given alongside, but answers to Bible quiz number 040. They, f- they fled after the battle of Gideon and hid in the cave. They were captured by rolling stones against the cave's mouth, killed afterwards, and and tumbled and entombed in the cave. Who ordered the killing? Yes, also the answers are there too. And the answer is Joshua. The Joshua 10:16 to 27. That was question one. Question two. In connection with whom and about what is a horror of great darkness mentioned? In connection with whom and about what is a horror of great darkness mentioned? The answer being Abraham's sleep. Genesis 15:12. Genesis 15:12. Question three. What did Prophet Haggai say became of the wages the people carried? What did Prophet Haggai say became the wages the people carried? Answer. He that earned wages to put them into a bag with holes. Sorry, that's the answer. He that earned wages to put them into a bag with holes. Haggai 1, 1 6. Some may call it Haggai, I don't know. 1 6. Yes, Haggai 1 6. Question 4. What is the phrase clothed and in his mind? Clothed and in his right mind. What is the phrase referred to? Clothed and his clothed and in his right mind. What does it refer to? It pictures the cured gathering demoniac. Yes, demoniac. It cured gathering demoniac. Mark 5:16. Question 5. How long were the Israelites in Egypt? How long were the Israelites in Egypt? The answer being 430. The answer being 430 years. 430 years. Exodus 12:40. This is an important section for Christians in particular. All religious people, but Christians in particular. Uh, Question 6. What kind of nation did the psalmist call blessed? What kind of nation did the psalmist call blessed? The nation whose God is the Lord. That's the answer. The nation whose God is the Lord. Psalm 33:12. It will refresh the minds of Christians in particular. Psalm 33:12. Question 7. How did Christ illustrate the principle of thrift? Thrift spelled THRIFT. How did Christ illustrate the principle of thrift? The answer being by gathering up the fragments that nothing be lost. I read the answer again. By gathering up the fragments that nothing be lost. John 6:12. Question 8. Uh, who said this and where can it be found? And the quote is coming. The sleep of a laboring man is sweet whether he eats little or much, but the abundance of the rich will not let him sleep. Oh my God. Who said this? You can guess. Nobody but King Solomon, Suleiman, my name mate, Suleiman. Huh? Suleiman. Uh, who said this? Let me repeat it. The sleep of a laboring man is sweet, whether he eats little or much, but the abundance of the rich will not let him sleep. Solomon in Ecclesiastes 5 to Ecclesiastes 5:10. You can see nothing could be more truer than this. Nothing could be more true than this. You see, the ordinary man works hard and they can sleep outside in the streets. The rich man, with all his wealth, will lock himself in, maybe upstairs somewhere, eh, with dogs around and guns by him, and maybe even bombs. The player will throw a bomb, but still they don't sleep well. Still they don't sleep well. The other man just sleeps in the street, gets something to, all that he wants is to get something into the mouth. And he'll sleep and snore till daybreak. Nobody minds him. Oh, nobody cares about him. Hmm? But I remember somewhere in Kumasi, some people were passing by a rich man's house. They looked upside and they saw him. He couldn't sleep. He's there. He just will garden a garden against his property. And the thief said, "Oh, Alaji, we are not coming to you." He said, "We are just passing." Can you imagine? Say, "We are not coming to you. We are just passing." They don't sleep. Hmm? Okay. Even apart from for security reasons, there are other reasons. Hmm? Solomon Ecclesiastes 5, Ecclesiastes 5:12. Then question 9. To what body does the New Testament refer under the name if the council? To what body does the New Testament refer under the name if, then into inverted commas, the council, ended by a question mark? And the answer is the Sanhedrin, the highest governing body of the Jews. The Sanhedrin, the highest governing body of the Jews. Sanhedrin spelled Sanhedrin. Sanhedrin. That's the highest governing body of the Jews. Question 10. What is described in the book of Hebrews as, an inverted commas, an anchor of the soul, comma, both sure and steadfast? Question mark. Then the answer is the Christian hope. Hebrew 6:19. The Christian hope. Hebrew 6:19. Send your answers to the minister. Kojo Aqua, yes. I believe the other one was also written by Kojo Aqua. So, Reverend Kojo Aqua, we salute you for your questions, for your enlightening questions about the Bible. Send your answers to the minister, Kojo Aqua, P.O. Box 14561, Accra. Do remember to write your name and address in your answer sheets. Always quote Bible text to support your answers. There will be a draw for 3 winners who get all the answers correct, and they will win a copy of the Bible each. We now go to the winners of the last couple. Let's see how many women and how many men again. Oh, I think one woman. Let's see. Winners of puzzle number 206. Winners of puzzle number 206. The lucky winners for the week are 1. Augustine Boating. Augustine, congrats. Or congrats. Congratulations. If you are allowed, if you are listening. Mm, it's been 20 years now. Then the second one, the first, that is the first. The second is Samuel Osei Shitman. No, it's not Shitman. Sorry, I'm sorry. It's Schiffman. Samuel Osei Schiffman. Shiff, the man. PO Box 8072, Ahinsan Kumasi. So congrats, Samuel Osei Schiffman. You did well. The third is Rejoice Amekotu, New Age Computer School, P.O. Box C605. Who, I don't know quite, but Rejoice seems to be a female name. So, Rejoice, we salute you as well. And may God bless all of you. It pays a lot to do the scriptures, and it's a blessing at the same time. Answers will be released 2 weeks after the publication of the puzzle. Your answers with name and address must be posted to PMP puzzle number PO puzzle number PO Box 14561 Accra in a sealed envelope. And the rest of the information may not be very important for us. And, all right. Page 14 is notice board and adverse. Adverse and notice board and whatnot. Not, and I believe not worth reading. Then we are left with the last page, which I had started not being reading, and that is a page concerning sports. We will do that when we come for our next. When we come in our next episode. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Yeah, that's the point. Christ. I wish to remind all of us that according to even the Bible, Christianity was not there. If we take Christianity and the cross as the whole, if we take the cross as the hallmark of Christianity, you see that when Christ was living, he was not crucified, and therefore the cross was not there, and therefore Christianity was not there. I don't know if it makes logic, if it's logical, because he came, he was crucified. Sorry, you can't see my arms. Before the mark of the cross became the symbol of Christianity. So while he was living, there was no cross. Doesn't make sense. Yes, when he was living, there was no cross. And so all this cross we put, Jesus Christ was not aware of it, or he's still not aware of it. He's still alive. The Spirit is not aware of it. The Quran says he's alive, but he has no control over the world anymore. He had control of the world while he was alive. Once he was taken up, God had taken charge of the control of the world. God had taken charge of the world, and Jesus Christ is just there. And in his time, there was no cross. Therefore, in his time, there was no Christianity. If Christianity is represented by the symbol of the cross. So you see while You see why, while I was reading this, and some of them didn't, I didn't, I didn't agree much with them. That's why sometimes it's good for the Christians to read the Quran as well. It's there for everybody. It's there for everybody. You can read as many your Christianity. I've said it over and over again. There is nowhere in the Quran that God says, leave Christianity and join Islam. No, it's not there. You can open the Quran from Surah to Fatiha to Surah to Nas. All the surahs in the Quran, 114, you won't find anywhere where it is mentioned verbatim that leave Christianity and join the Quran. So, my Christian brothers, try to read the Quran as well. And then it will broaden your mind as to as how to judge certain matters when they come up. You see, so that is what I wanted to add. We are together. Christians believe in God. Muslims believe in God. They believe in doing good, righteousness. Muslims believe in righteousness. The rest are irrelevant. When people argue, oh, a Christian won a debate, Muslim won a debate, sometimes I laugh. Yes, sometimes I laugh. Because God is sitting up on his throne there looking at us. We are all his children, or we are both. Let me say all because Jews are there. We are all his children, as if we are playing, like your children debating, and he doesn't mind. What he minds is righteousness, your mind, your heart, your mind. How much you remember him, how clean your heart is, and not calling yourself a Muslim or a Christian. And I've mentioned it very many times. In my country, Ghana, let the police run up criminals and take them to the police station. And you will marvel at the number of Muslim names there. I tell you will marvel. Probably, if there are 10 names, maybe at least 5 maybe Muslims or even more. So what is all this argument? I'm Christian, you are Muslim, I'm Christian. And so what? How clean is your heart? It's the question. How clean is your heart? How much good do you do? Do you hoard while others are suffering? Do you get pleased as people suffering? Do you save somebody when you see them in hardship? The Christians do it a lot. Muslims also do it a lot. So the evil ones are spread across board. Christianity, Islam, Judaism. It's like going into a new school, a new entrance. When they are making shuttling classrooms for them, they just take haphazardly. You go to from 1A, you go to from 1B, you go to, just like that. But meanwhile, they are all the same people, separated into different groups. But what matters after that is their success, how intelligent they are. So in the long run, what God needs most is righteousness, truth, and justice. And not I'm Christian or Muslim. Hey, Christian won the beat, Muslim won the beat. And then we are excited as small children jumping. Hey, this one won. Nonsense. Anyway, thank you very much. Bye bye, and may God bless you very much.